Thank you so much for joining me on the show today, Constance.
Thank you.
All right, I'd like to get a sense of first how the market has played so far this week.
Okay, thank you. The week started on a very bearish note. First, we saw rates moving as high as 18% opening the week. Gradually and slowly, it came down from to 16. They're about 15. So they were currently about 16, 15% on the bid on OMO bills in the secondary market. Activity has been, however, mixed because some people are taking profits and some people are reclassifying their portfolio at this point, taking in higher yields, of course, which OMO cannot offer. So we had OMO auction yesterday where the CBN offered about 150 billion in total across the 82 days, across the 180 days and 362 days. We did not see any takers of the OMO auction yesterday. However, there were subscription on only the 362 days, and range of bid was from 17.25 to 18.25 level, with no sale recorded at all. Today, the market has been pretty quiet as well. Nothing is really happening, so we don't expect any activity of such today.
All right, now let's walk back to what happened midweek and look at that primary market option as well. I understand there were also some unmet bids in that process.
Oh yeah, for the NCB space, it's been a bit of demand because I'm sure a lot of clients still have money and don't have where to put it into because they cannot access the OMO window. So we saw that the auction closed out at 2.49 on the 91 days, closed at 3.78 on the 182 days, and closed at 5.3% on the 182 days. And this was the previous auction. Now, comparing to this week's auction, we saw rates closed at 2.3 on the 91 days, 3.4 on the 182 days, and 4.6 on the 364 days. This is just to tell you how the demand is coming down from 5.3 from the previous auction on the 1 year to 4.6 at this previous auction. We saw a total subscription of about 92 billion, whereas what was on offer was 37 billion from the DMO. And then the 182 days has an oversubscription of 27 billion, whereas what was on offer was about 8.3 billion. So really the bullish sentiments in the NCB market still persist, and we're able to meet some of these demands.
All right, I understand also that the system liquidity has fairly improved.
Yes, system liquidity slightly improved, and this is because of the OMO maturity of about 304 billion that came into the system yesterday. And with no rollovers and no system debit, we have about 600 billion opening the system. So OBBN overnight rate, which opened at 17.4 levels earlier this week, coming today to close at about 4%, 5% levels today.
All right, but going back to the treasury bills, though, where are we seeing more activity?
Okay, so there's activity in both markets, both the NCB market and the OMO market. So, but the OMO market has been kind of bearish. There's activity, but it's just the mixed sentiment. Some people are comfortable taking these yields in at 16%, 17%, coming from where it was at 13% before. And then some people are not willing to take these deals. So, like the internationals have been selling off to get their dollars back.
So are we seeing more activity towards the longer end of the curve?
Yes, there's more activity on the longer end of the curve.
All right, so let's get back to the OMO auction you mentioned earlier, and I see that it kind of took center stage yesterday. But what can we expect going into next week?
Okay, going into next week, we'll see that the market will remain with this mixed sentiment trend, and we expect OMO maturity coming in next week, about 200 and something billion to mature next week. And to be sincere, CBN might offer or might not offer, depending on what has gone down during the week. You might get CRL debit for some banks, and if they don't debit banks, you might see banks go in at the auction. But at the current, representing the current market levels, which is about 16% and 17%, but we don't know if CBN is willing to sell at that level because yesterday there was no sale.
All right, Constance, very quickly, next week we have the MPC meeting coming in. I'd like to get what your expectations are.
Oh, okay. So the most likely thing might be that we're expecting that rates might be cut down a bit on the MPR rate. And aside that, they just might hold every other thing, being that they've already adjusted some of the other things that the rates from 9% to 5%, which they did earlier last week or some time ago, which has probably helped in one way or the other. So, and then they're also giving like 1 trillion to help the markets, giving out cash to help the health sector and stuff. So if there are cash already disbursed for this purpose, we might likely not see real significant changes in the MPC meeting.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution on the show today. I've been speaking to Constance Onyia. She's a fixed income dealer at Access Bank.